Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. It's nice to be back. Ain't gonna lie, this is the best moment of the day. Hands down. Chatting about Roma with you guys is the highlight of the day. I tell you what, I just finished my first lesson, my first driving lesson, and I saw death for like 30 minutes. I was about to die. Like, I almost crashed the car at least 5 times. I retain it a miracle that I'm here in front of this camera because I could have easily died. I've got a long way to go until getting the driving license, but we move. We believe. And if there's one word to describe this game, my friends, it's belief. It's believing in a possible comeback. Yes, it's hard. Yes, 90% Bayer Leverkusen is going to go through. But you've got that chance. And nothing is impossible in sports. Nothing is impossible in life. And we need to believe in this. I think it's harder than just believing in this. I'm going to discuss about this today. I normally talk about tactics in these match previews, but I kind of don't want to talk about tactics just because tactics for this game need to go out of the window. This game isn't about beautiful style of play. This game isn't about blocking Leverkusen. This game isn't about tactics. This game is about belief. This game is about concentration. And this game ultimately is a lot of luck. A lot of luck needs to go behind a possible comeback. Let's discuss this. How are we feeling? I mean, I can already comment saying, my Hope For You page on TikTok is full of Roma videos which show our comeback against Barcelona. I think we have the same For You page, mate, because I've been hyped by all of these videos. I think it's wrong. I kind of didn't want to get hyped because I always get disappointed when I get hyped and things don't happen. But it is getting me hyped. And I'm liking this because I'm liking this enthusiasm behind a very hard game and possible historic moment again. But at the same time, I'm also real. I also like being real. I don't want to be unrealistic. I think it requires an absolute... it's more than a miracle. I keep using the word miracle. It's more than a miracle. But it only happens to people who believe. These comebacks, these moments only happen to teams and to people and to a group of players who believe. And if you believe, if everybody in this stream wants to believe, wants to devote a little bit of belief on Thursday's game, yes, okay, maybe realism is entering your minds. Maybe you're like, you know what, I don't even want to play this game. But if there's a little tint of belief in your mind, then I want you to hit the like. Do it right now. Hit the like if you believe. Hit the like if you believe. Subscribe to the channel. And let's talk about this. Now, I've been very lucky in my lifetime because I was at the stadium when we beat Barcelona 3-0. And as much as, I can't really talk about league titles, I can't really talk about us having won a league title and the atmosphere in Rome and the party in Rome, because I've never witnessed that, I've never lived that. I can definitely talk about the Barcelona comeback, which in my life, in 18 years of my life as a Roma fan, was the peak of my fan career. Some people might say Conference League. Conference League is very, very important. Yes, and I think it's a very important day for me. But that Barcelona game just tops it. That Barcelona game for every single Roma fan is like a league title. And if you're from Rome, you will understand why I'm saying this. Because that day, I remember that day as it was yesterday. I will remember that day as if it's tomorrow. I was 12 years old. I was sat in the Tribuna Tevere of the Stadio Olimpico. My father next to me on my right and a stranger to my left. 12 years old, I wasn't even planning, I wasn't even thinking of starting a YouTube channel back then. Quarterfinals of the Champions League, seeing the game, being at the game, best day of my life, hands down. And it's the day we showed football fans that nothing is impossible. And from that day, my mind changed. From that day, my perspective changed. Because from that day, I always have a little bit of belief in every single game I play. I can play against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. I can play against Bayern Munich in Munich. I can play against Frosinone away. In every single game, I have belief. And that game changed us Roma fans. That game is now that game has ultimately and will forever change us. Because from that game we understood nothing is impossible. Hard, complicated, almost impossible. Never, nothing is impossible. So that game was special. I mean, when Manolas had the ball in, it was 10 p.m. the 10th of April 2018. 2018, 10th of April at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. 10 p.m. 10 minutes. 10 past 10 p.m. And history unveiled. The impossible happened. And we all know what happened next. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the number one thing that made us win that game was belief. And I'm also saying this because one of the players, in fact, the captain of that game, a person who scored the penalty to give us even ultimate hope, is now our manager. And I am using this Barcelona moment and this Barcelona story because De Rossi is going to talk about this. De Rossi will have definitely already talked about that moment to the boys. He will repeat it tonight. He will repeat it tomorrow morning. He will repeat it tomorrow evening, and he will repeat it in the last minute before that second leg kicks in. He was there, he lived that moment, he scored in that game, and he was the centre of the team during that moment, which is the best night Roma fans have lived since 2001. He was there. He knows what it meant and what it gave and what the consequences were of believing in a game. Believing, dreaming is free. We can do it as much as, of course, yes, you can dream and believe as much as you want, and you need to top belief and dreaming with other concepts. You gotta be concentrated, you need luck, yes. But the base of that game in April 2018 and the base to tomorrow's game is belief. We would defy the odds. It's against the impossible. It's against everything. Everybody says Bayer Leverkusen are going to go through. I'm going to say that Bayer Leverkusen are going to go through. But we've got no pressure. The pressure is all on them. They need to keep this result. They need to defend this result. The pressure is on them. Play this game with your mind free. Play this game with no pressure because we bottled it at home. So we're playing this game with no pressure. Everybody doesn't expect us to go through. And that, in my opinion, is a positive thing. Because letting the boys kind of mentally free, making them know that they bottled everything in the first chance and nobody expects anything from them on Thursday is always the winning recipe. Again, back to the realistic world. Do I think we're going to go through? No, I don't think we're going to go through. Am I going to believe? Am I going to watch the game? Am I going to use scarves, t-shirts, flags in front of the TV on Thursday to believe in a comeback? Yes, I will. But do I, right now, 2 days before that game, believe in a hypothetical comeback? No, I don't. And the reason I'm saying this is not because I don't trust my team, but because Bayer Leverkusen is just too good. They don't lose. They've won again. They won against Eintracht Frankfurt 5-1 away from home using their B team. This is a team that has hit their miracle season. This is a team which doesn't lose a game since 48 games, official games. This is a team which is living the peaks of its history. And to think that I can go to Germany in their home ground, where a few weeks ago they celebrated a league title, to score 2 if not 3 goals, it's just it belongs to fairy tales. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to believe in this, and it's different. Again, please don't say, "Oh, you're delusional. What kind of fan are you if you don't believe?" I'm saying 2 very different things. I believe in this game, and I believe in the belief of defying the odds. But I also think that realistically, it's wrong to give all our energies and all our attention on Thursday's game, because we've got 2 days after that game, we've got a game which will determine our Champions League future. Which brings me on to the predicted 11, because a lot of people might go, who do we start? Do we start with a big 11? Do we start with Dybala? Does Dybala start? Does Pellegrini start? Does Mancini start? Do we start with their starting 11? Would Baldanzi start? Does Bove start? Also taking into consideration the Atalanta game. I think what's going to happen. Now again, the predicted 11 that I'm going to show you is different to what I would start, because my prediction, and if I was De Rossi, I wouldn't start all the starting 11. But my predicted 11 is based on what I think De Rossi is going to do. And in my opinion, De Rossi really believes in this comeback. Now, he's not a fool. He won't give all in on this game, use all the energies, utilize all the energies for this game, and then completely be knackered and exhausted for the Atalanta game. He's going to balance things out. But one of the two scenarios is going to happen. We either start with a formation full of changes and substitutions, and we see how the first half goes, in a sense that we see if the first half ends 1-0 and it gives us chance. Then if the starting 11 is a weaker starting 11 with a few substitutions, maybe Baldanzi instead of Dybala, maybe Bove instead of Cristante, and we end up winning the first half, then I think in the second half he's going to throw all the big ones in. On the other hand, if we start with the big 11 and don't get one goal at half-time, I think he's going to change at half-time, and I think he's going to allow some substitutions. I think it's going to be that. I think starting the likes of Dybala, the likes of everybody that we want to start for the 90 minutes is going to be a very, very big hazard. Sebek, thank you very much for becoming a member, and also thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Absolutely love it. Absolutely appreciate it. Keep doing what you do. Thank you very much, mate. All the support that you guys give me, it means a lot. So thank you very much. I'm gonna read your comments in at the end of the stream. Don't worry. I'm not gonna leave them stranded. Again, predict 11. You're probably asking what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be this. I'm going to repeat this again. This is not necessarily who I want to start, but this is who I think De Rossi is going to start. Because I think De Rossi really believes in this game. And it's right. Yes, he needs to believe in this game because he's a manager. And at the end of the day, you're in a semi-final. Yes, you lost the first leg, but you're still one game from a final. So it's very, very, very right to believe in this game. Extremely right to believe in this game. My point here is, we need to balance two games out really, really well. Because if we make one little out-balance of energies, then it's going to cost us points. And in the league, we've mentioned this yesterday, we need to win all 3 games. If we win all 3 games, Champions League is mathematically going to happen, even if Atalanta win their game in hand. But you need to win all 3 games if you want to get Champions League. Which is why, right now, the priority should be the league and not the Leverkusen. The analogy I give is this. Focus on the league, buy a lottery ticket, you never know what happens with a lottery ticket, fly to Germany with a lottery ticket, and scratch the lottery ticket. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But the focus and your money, your priority of your money needs to be the league. So yeah, that's that. Svilor in goal. Spinazzola, Cilic, Mancini, and Ndika in defense. Mancini isn't 100% fit, but he's going to start this game. Maybe he's not going to play full 90 minutes because we need him on Sunday, but he's either going to start or he's either going to get subbed in. In the middle, Pellegrini, Paredes, Bove. I think Cristante, after that Juventus game, was knackered, and he's the player who played the most games this season. He's the player who's been playing the most games since 3 years now. So Cristante looked absolutely knackered after that Juventus game. And I mean absolutely knackered. I know he plays many games and he's used to this. But yeah, I think Bove in, Cristante out. We need Cristante's equilibrium on Sunday. He knows Atalanta well. He used to play for Atalanta. So these are the changes that I expect. And then up front, Dybala, El Shaarawy, Lukaku. Yeah, I wouldn't start Dybala, but I think Dybala is going to start. I would start Baldanzi, and then if the miracles start to align, then in the second half put Dybala. But I wouldn't start with Dybala, because on Sunday, if we don't have Dybala, we don't win. So it really is like playing with fire here, because if you start him, and he's not 100% fit, because he had that problem against Juventus, which isn't major, but it's still a problem. So if you start him and risk him on Thursday, and then he gets injured, and then you don't complete the comeback, you're absolutely screwed. You are absolutely screwed. Yeah, look, it's that's my predicted 11. Lukaku's going to start. Tammy, he's going to get subbed in if things don't align. If the goal doesn't come, then the substitutions are going to come in. The problem here is, and I mentioned this a few days ago, but the problem here is that I see us score on Thursday. I do. But I see us concede. And it's one of those games where conceding kills you. It does. It really does. Like, if you concede a goal, you're done. And you know what the very big risk is? There's a massive risk on Thursday's game. This is a risk that we need to prepare against, because it's a risk that Leverkusen will 100% exploit. 0-0. Let's say we score a goal in the 30th minute. Half-time ends 1-0 to us. Second half, we're like, I need a goal. We're all attacking. Everybody puts that pressure and intensity. And then you leave gap and you're imbalanced in defense, and that's where Bayer Leverkusen hits you. That is the number one risk that needs to be avoided. Because I see us score, but this game is about not conceding. Of course, it's about scoring 2 goals, if not 3. But ultimately, it's about not conceding. Because you can score 1 goal and be 1-0 up. But if you open up a lot and get kind of ecstatic by this fact of, oh my god, I'm going to score another one, everybody's going to attack, put Ndika, Mancini up front, Spinazzola, then we've seen how Bayer Leverkusen are, we've seen how fast they are, they're going to exploit all our gaps if we leave them, and they're going to score. And then it's done if they score. So we need a defensive masterclass, and we need the constellations to align. Which is why this game is, it's more than impossible. It really is. This game is like, it really is. I just don't see it happen. I pray the Lord. I think if I've mentioned this yesterday, but if we somehow don't even know how go through on Thursday, are we all aware that we as Roma fans would be living probably the 3rd best evening that certainly under 18s have lived since that Barcelona night and that Conference League night? Like, we're all aware here that if we out-defy Bayer Leverkusen, end their streak, and go to Dublin, under 18s for sure can relate to this. It's the day that we'll never forget. Like, it's one of those Barcelona games. Like, in 10 years' time, we'll see edits made out of this game. But in order to do that, it's that complicated that it's that difficult. It's that rare that it's that difficult. But yeah, it depends on many things. It really does. The one thing that I would say is that had we played this game with more gaps in our minds and with more emptiness in our mind, even though very hard still, I would have given us a higher chance. But in my opinion, what's going to block us in this game, similar to what blocked us in the Juventus game, is our mind being very chaotic. Because had we already secured the Champions League spot a few weeks ago, we would be in a position where, fuck the Atalanta game, I'm going to give my all best on Thursday's game. We're not in a position to do that. We're in a position where we're playing Thursday's game, hoping for a miracle, but in the back of our minds, we've got the Atalanta game, which is 48 hours later, and that game determines your future. So, the number one ingredient for comebacks in sports, in my opinion, and historical moments, is letting yourself free and letting yourself go mentally. And that is something which we can't do on Thursday. And that, for me, is going to be one of the reasons why, adding on to the fact that Bayer Leverkusen don't lose and that Bayer Leverkusen are the best team in Europe right now, that it's going to block us to complete a comeback. But lads, you never know. I mean, it's the beauty of this game, you know. It's the beauty of the beautiful game. It's the beauty of supporting a team like Roma, who isn't a powerful, who isn't a massive team. It's the beauty of these moments. If Leverkusen go to the final, I wish them all the best because they've deserved it this season. But I want us to believe, because believing and dreaming is free. We can do as much as we want, but believing and dreaming is free. And I want that to be the case. Finding an early goal, balancing the game, surprising them. It's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard. I really, really, really know it's going to be hard. And it's 99% not going to happen. But that 1% is a percentage of glory, have fun, give us dreams, give us fans moments that we'll never forget. And this game is one of those games. It's one of those games where 99% of our fate is already ruled out, but that little 1% doesn't die. And that little 1% grows and grows and grows. That little chance grows into something bigger, into a hope, into a flashback, and then you never know. But I don't have a glass ball. I can't predict the future. I'll be here on Thursday to live this moment with you guys. Whether it's going to be a pretty sad moment, not qualifying for a final and ending our Europa League journey in advance, or we might live together a moment that is going to forever remain in our memories and in our hearts and in our minds. Do you think Leverkusen will go all in or bench a few? They're gonna go all in. Absolutely. They're gonna play with their starting 11 even more stronger than what they did in Rome. Because if there's one thing that they told us this season is that they don't underestimate games. So they won't. They're gonna start their best lineup, and they're gonna want to win this game. Bayer Leverkusen isn't a team which parks the bus. Or let me park the bus. They will want to win this game. Their ecstasy is at its max right now. They don't lose. They definitely will not want to lose this game, even if it's 1-0. It will hurt them because it's gonna break their unbeaten run. Which is why, if we don't go through, I would love for us to beat them 1-0 and be the team who beats their unbeaten run. That's my second hope. Which I still think it means nothing, but you can be called the team that beat Bayer Leverkusen's 48 game run. So, worst case scenario, what I ask for is a 1-0 win. And look, people might say, well, if you win 1-0, you're going to be even more gutted. True, but yeah, you get the point. Right, let me read a few comments. Hey bro, are there any challenges coming up, says Luca. That's a good question. I've got a few things planned. I've got something massive planned. You just reminded me. I've got something massive planned, and I'm going to tell you in advance because it needs to be told. For every good news, in fact, you know what? For every good news, there's a bad news. I had in plan this challenge idea. So you know how, if you follow tennis, you'll know this. I play tennis. I like tennis. And currently, at time of speaking, the tennis tournament in Rome is taking place. And a few weeks ago, it was said that to kind of present and entertain the public, there was gonna be this show performance between Dybala and Sinner, the Italian tennis player, and I already had a video planned to go to this little event between Dybala and Sinner playing. I don't know what they were gonna do. A bit like an entertainment event. And maybe like get Sinner or Dybala to say subscribe to Roma Theory in a video. But then 2 days ago, Yannick Sinner announced that he retired from Rome. Like, not retired from Rome, but he had to cancel himself out of Rome, the tournament, because he has an injury. So I assumed that event got postponed. So So yeah, that's big. But the massive news, and I mean an absolutely massive news, and I mean a massive news, is, so I've said it many times how I want to bring more challenges. I know the season is about to end, but one thing that I want to do next season I'm starting university. So yes, I need to figure out how to balance university work and content creating then. It's first year at university next year, so it will definitely take time to get orientated and adapted. But one thing that I want to do next season is this, plus entertaining videos, maybe even on a weekly basis, maybe not on a weekly basis, but definitely on a monthly basis. And I also want to devote more attention to the female squad, because I think the female squad deserves a ton of respect. They've been winning league titles over league titles, league titles over league titles. They play so well, and they deserve respect. So those are future aspirations. But in the meantime, my dear friends, this morning, let me find the screenshots. Let me just download them. There we go. Where is it? There we go. Look at that. There will be, I can officially announce that there will be, Aleo Pilgrim has challenged me to a football challenge video, a crossbar challenge, whatever it is. So that's gonna come in the near future. I'm gonna film this in the near future, and that's gonna be sick. That is absolutely gonna be mental. Look at that. Crossbar challenge. We should do that. It would be insane, ain't gonna lie. I'm on it. We just need to have a field. Bring it on. Simo against the Aleo. Pilgrim, whatever it's gonna be, crossbar challenge or not, enjoy it. So that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen in the near future. What did I do here? There we go. No, God, what did I do? Fucking hell. Sorry, lads. Right, what is this live stream turned into? There we go. Okay. No, what did I do? I'm gonna sort that out later. Forget about that. Right, let's read a few more comments. Oh my God, why is it not aligned, for fuck's sake? Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's read some comments. If we score a goal fast, let's say first 30 minutes, maybe we have a chance. I agree. I think it's about not conceding, as I've said many times. No way we bottle UCL top 5. I don't think Atalanta drop points, but Bologna have 3 tough games. I don't think we're going to catch Bologna, though. Thinking Atalanta, this Leverkusen game is a waste of energy. It will really be made if we play a bad game against Atalanta. I agree. You got to focus on that Atalanta game, no doubt. I believe that we can score, but I don't see Leverkusen not scoring. Fully agree on that. If Tammy scored that sitter, I'd believe even more. Yeah, it is. Definitely. Definitely. No matter what De Rossi says to them and how much he motivates them, the biggest question is if players really believe and come back in their heads, or they're already thinking about Atalanta. That's also very true. And there's that clip, that very famous clip of Roma players explaining that Barcelona come back. And Pellegrini said this. The morning of that Barcelona game, everybody believed in it except one player. And that player was Kostas Manolas. So yeah. You know, the players need to be on top of this. The players need to be the first ones to believe in this. Although we don't believe in a comeback, nobody believed in a comeback versus Barca, but it still happened. The players believed, and now they still believe, and that's why we'll find ourselves in Dublin. He's confident. Why did Dybala go off at half time? It was a precaution substitution. I don't get with Leverkusen. They literally play Grimaldo at left and sometimes play Frimpong at striker. We should start Dybala, but we shouldn't play him the whole game. My opinion is he should play 50 minutes, maximum 60 minutes. Didier needs to choose wisely who to sub in or who to come out because we have to rest some of them. Definitely. If we lose to Atalanta, we say bye-bye to UCL. Yes, I agree. Imagine using all the energy and losing 2-1. What about Atalanta, Roma di Domenica? Will you save energy for that? Yes, you have to save energies for that. You need to save energies for that. That game is too important. Believe, guys. Simo is better to start Karsdorp. He will score 1 goal and assist too. If 3-1 Leverkusen absolutely win, says, I don't know how to pronounce that. I say we try to keep it to the 60th minute and we're still losing. We put Azmoun in, keep Lukaku and Dybala in. I think them together would make the attack work. What are you going to do during the summer? Will there be live streams? Yeah, there will be videos, definitely. There will be transfer windows, updates. So yeah. Definitely be videos. I won't stop. That Chilic red card versus Milan really killed last game versus Leverkusen. Win. Let's go, Simo. The concentration phase when he was trying to fix that. Is Gaetano Castrovilli, will he come to Rome? I hope not. Because that's what you call a shit transfer hit. He's been injured. He's tore 2 ACLs. And why are we buying him? I thought we were better than this. I thought we moved away from this transfer window philosophy. If we don't get a right back this summer, we are cooked. I don't feel safe with any of our current right backs, says Cronky. If we win, you should go bold and do the tattoo there. Don't get me hyped. I will never go bold. I will never. That's one thing that I'll never do. Right, my friends, I'm going to catch you tomorrow. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like if you believe. I know it's hard. I know it's improbable. I know. But these comebacks only happen if you believe. So hit the like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. And yeah, bye-bye. Talk to you soon. Champions League tonight. I am going with PSG completing the comeback. I think PSG are going to complete the comeback. Mbappe scores. PSG, Real Madrid is going to be the final and the Real Madrid win. That's my prediction. Talk to you soon. Simo out.